Hello, Jasmine. Such a pleasure to welcome you today. It's an absolute joy to see you. You look fantastic as usual. And what I especially love about you is what you have to share with the world. And this is why I thought about inviting you as one of my top speakers for the summit, which is called, as you said, Stay Sane, Make It Rain. So, right? Okay. You're a real specialist with wealth being your core message. And I'm so excited to have you here today. I would like to kick off with you introducing yourself to our audience and I think you have a very special method to actually kick off that interview. So please go ahead.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, Peggy, for having me. I love your authenticity. I love your directness. I love the connection that we have. And I'm actually German. I mean, Peggy's obviously in Switzerland, but you can still feel that efficiency from a little bit over there. And I really love that because I am half German, born in Berlin, and also half Romanian. So I bring the passion, I bring the fire, and I also bring the German efficiency. And that is actually what allowed me to create something that did not exist before. I help freedompreneurs and also conscious millionaires live a richer and super fulfilling life by becoming sexy AF, allowing them to make more money like crazy and actually feel alive and be free. Because I believe that in this world, we don't get to have fun as much as we actually want to. And it becomes this entire checking tick box situation where you look back on your life and you think, wow, did I actually live? What do I actually need all this money for? So I'm here to help you make more money, but also be healthier and wealthier at the same time. Yeah. And this originally started because I lost my father when I was 10 years old, and he was very successful. He was doing the things, he was checking the boxes, but he got really sick in the process. And trust me, there's no money in this world that will bring him back. So I'm here to be the reminder to help you manifest more wealth and make money, but doing it in a way where you have time, energy, and also the freedom to spend with your family, your loved ones, and are taking care of the beautiful body that you've been gifted for this lifetime. So I'm so excited for today. And here we go.
Fabulous, Jasmine. This is such a good intro. I think, and fun is such an important driver, right, for success. And that's actually part of why I initiated the summit, because why not have fun while you're making it rain, right? And actually, it rains much better when you're doing it with fun. Fun is one of those massive energy drivers we can use to actually make our life not only successful, but most importantly, fulfilled. And I think this is the point which you're hinting at. I think you wanted to yeah, there you go. I was just going to introduce your card deck, right?
You. Let's open up. This is my Attract Abundance affirmation card deck. And I created this for my mom during COVID because I realized sometimes we try to order feelings. We try to eat our feelings, the stress, the pressure, and all these things. But instead I thought, okay, let me actually create something. Wow, one card already came out. Let's see which one that is. Create something where you can actually connect to your heart and get some beautiful messages. I travel very frequently, like I'm sure many of you do too. And by the way, hello to our gorgeous listener. I'm so excited to meet you. Peggy and I are so grateful that you signed up to be part of the summit. We really value you because without you, it would just be Peggy and me having a conversation. So we're so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to just quickly see what our beautiful angels have to say for our conversation. And the cards are literally flying out today.
This is a good sign. I've always
because a good sign because it's almost like energy is coming up and it's just trusting ourselves. So I'm going to show you all three cards and then I'll read one of them. We have card number 1, which is it gets to be good and even better, no downfall required. And I think for us high achievers, this is a key card to actually know you get to make a lot of money. You get to hear yes from the boardrooms. You get to have, I don't know, better profit margins and get the best employees. It's like we don't need to wait for the second shoe to drop, and we can trust that wealth gets to be easy. Because personally, I always thought that's too good to be true. What's the catch? No, what's the hack?
Yeah.
But then we have a grateful heart is a magnet to miracles. Which I actually believe is very, very suitable, especially when we already are successful and we have a lot of wealth. I really believe we should never forget how blessed and fortunate and privileged we actually are, right? If we have air and we have food and all the things, then we're very blessed. And then the very first card that we got out, which actually is something I wanted to already mention, and I realized this is probably the direction this conversation we will be going in. Once you said the visibility, it's admire your own potential. Shift your energy from outwards to inwards. And may I read this card for us? Because the message is
absolutely. Please go ahead.
Amazing. So, by the way, our beautiful viewers, let us know on social media as well which card resonated with you the most. You can find Peggy as well on social media. I'm sure it's going to be linked below. Let us know from this interview which card actually resonated the most. Is it the first one about note it gets to be good and even better? Is it the second one about, you know, a grateful heart for miracles? Or is it the third one, admire your own potential? All right, so just let us know which one is yours for today. So the only validation you should seek is your own.
Yes.
List all the amazing things about yourself. Your potential is beyond what you even realize right now. Shivers. Use your own mind and soul to shift inwards into your heart and let it show you how incredible you are. You are magnificent. Today, all day, be in awe of how brilliant that you are and how fabulous you are. Compliment yourself on everything you have already accomplished and will accomplish. The world is yours. Affirm with me, I am limitless and magnificent.
I am limitless and magnificent. That is great, right?
Yes, I love it so much.
It's so good. And it actually is such a perfect card for this summit, right? Because basically this is all about mental health is a big part of actually being aware and becoming very aware every day how magnificent you are, right? How special we are. And I also love the gratitude card, because that's such, again, like fun, that is such a driver, right? That's such a driver for fulfillment, especially.
Yes.
If we're not grateful, we're not fulfilled, period, right? So let's appreciate not only the big things in life or the expectations which miraculously came true. Let's appreciate the small things in life, and you will see it will just multiply. It's wonderful. Love that.
Wow, that is so powerful. Yes, one of the definite hacks is the fulfillment and the gratitude. And I would actually love to see if we could chat about and really give value on the topic of visibility and admiring your own potential, right? Yes. Is there anything particular direction you'd like to go in? Because if not, I do have something that I'd love to share.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, no, there's no specific, it's your stage, right, Jasmin? It's your stage. So, and it's really important because that's something I do a lot. I work with people and make them feel visible. It's not only becoming visible. It's making them feel visible, right? And feeling visible comes from the inside out rather than from the outside in.
That's very powerful. Yeah, especially as women, men, of course, as well, but especially as women, we can truly thrive when we feel seen, we feel heard, we feel understood. We feel like, you know, we're being able to connect to our actual senses when we do things, and we feel our hearts and our souls. So in terms of the visibility, I believe that a really big part to your success will be all about trusting yourself in your uniqueness. Whoops, that's the other one. But yes, about trusting yourself in your own uniqueness, of not trying to do something else. And I actually said this morning to one of my mastermind clients, and I messaged him and I said, if you are a penguin, stop trying to climb a tree.
A tree? Yeah.
What I mean by that is play at your strengths.
Yes.
Don't question the gifts Mother Nature, God has gifted you with, the way you do things differently, the way you do things so uniquely. Trust your intuition. And this is what helped me create and manifest 8 figures under the age of 30. So I know what I'm talking about. It's not by hiring more people. I had a team of 13 people and my profit margins were not that great. But now I'm actually running a multi-7-figure business all by myself with the help of AI. Of course, I have, freelancers for things that I want to outsource.
Yes.
Overall, I know I trust myself. I can hold it. I have a sustainable business model. I play with my strengths. I outsource the rest, but I don't put so much pressure on myself to really commit to certain things that might not even be right for me. And what I mean by that, and one of the top tools and tips that I'd love for you to take away from this session, especially as a freedompreneur, conscious millionaire, or future freedompreneur, is don't think you need to do things as someone else, as I am doing, as Peggy's doing, as Barbara on the internet is doing. Doesn't really matter who is doing what. If it's not right for you, it's one of the quotes I say all the time. If it doesn't have to make sense, it has to feel right.
And that is let me get in there quickly. It's really exciting what you're doing, because I think we have a very similar history, even though we're separated by a few years. I ran a multiple 7-figure business, right? I had 50 people on my payroll, 50, right?
50. Wow.
50. So my profit margins weren't great, as you can imagine. But that was actually not the point. The point was it did not fulfill me. I did it for a long, long time, right? So I was successful in its own account, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt stripped of all the uniqueness I had, right? Because it was just running. Yeah. So today I'm doing the same as you. I'm actually running a business, and I do take people on board as needed, and they really are so motivated to join me in those projects, and I love that, right? So it has a very different energy. So I love that approach. It's really, really important that we find fulfillment and something that's really true to us rather than to the outside world.
Yeah, and this is something that I really love as well when I look at people's and companies' businesses, and I really understand their business inside out and them as a human, because we have to remember that we are humans, right? People buy from people, and that connectivity, right? We can link this back into visibility. First of all, like owning your uniqueness, being unapologetic about being, whatever spirit animal is coming to your mind, of being a fox or a penguin or whatever dolphin, and you bring with joy. And I like having fun with this, because it's like nobody is made wrong. Like nobody is created in a wrong way. There's nothing wrong with you. So if you constantly ask yourself, oh, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. It's just probably not the best business model for you, or you're not being efficient as you can, or you're not actually doing what fulfills you. You're operating on a cerebral level, and you're just focused on what your head is telling you should be doing. Tony Robbins says this: you'll end up shoulding all over yourself. I love when he says it, because it's true. It's like, for what? Why don't you get to do exactly what you want, when you want, how you want it? Who made those rules? Society, who? That's why on my Instagram, I decide to be a lot more vulnerable and crazy and fun and be put out there, because I want to invite people to claim that. And the only way I was able to do that, and that's the second component that I'd love to throw in here for you, is release the self-judgment.
Yep. That's actually one of the biggest challenges, right? For most people, I find.
Yeah.
Because they internalize the judgment from the outside world, and that becomes their self-judgment, and it kind of creates the spiral, right?
Yeah, right. And that's the answer. It's like, admire your own potential instead of looking at, oh, wow, all these things. And oh my God, Peggy, this card flew out. And which word did you say before where I asked you to specify? Potential.
Yeah, totally.
Of course it flew out, right? I love
talking about that. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally.
We really highlighted that word before the conversation when we're having a little, deep dive here. But yeah, so it's like the judgment will cap your potential. And also, this is something that I'm going to be really vulnerable and honest with. You got to be vulnerable and honest if you're listening to this, all right? Are you judging others? Because it starts there. And I was judging a lot in the past because we have a judgmental mind. We're always judging people. I am judging Peggy. I'm judging Jasmine. But whether I judge Peggy positively and say, wow, I am judging Peggy based on the beautiful angel that she has in her apartment, and it looks like she has such a beautiful open heart. Do you see how the meaning makes so much? Because it's like, oh, I am judging. How dare you? Peggy invited you to this interview and you judge her. It's like, yeah, I judge her positively, actually.
Yes.
So judgment, we are always judging. The mind is designed to make it good or bad, right or wrong. It always will make it. It's a meaning-making machine. But whether you judge yourself in terms of appreciation and you actually judge yourself in a positive way and be like, oh, if you think about it, a judge, that's actually like a job. You know, it's like an actual job, a judge. He's there to judge which person wins, right? So if we can strip away all these formalities in our mind to think if we judge something, it automatically has to be bad. Instead, what we can do is question, what do I actually think about this? And even better than think, how do I actually feel? Exactly.
How do I feel about this, right? How do I feel? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went through that exercise with a client, and he was kind of creating his website and very, he was like completely left brain. So, I mean, very male in his approach, right? So I said, okay, now read the text. And he goes, why should I read the text? We just did it. And I said, no, I want you to read it and feel it. It took him like 3 goes, and then he said, oh my God, I don't feel anything. I said, yep, exactly. So if you don't feel it, how do you expect anybody else to feel something, right? Reading that text. So like our words are spells, and we should be very in this, in the context of judgment, we should be very aware that actually words are also judging and hurting and potentially creating. So as you say, if it's a positive judgment, that's the right way to go, right? Because then your words also become positive spells. If it's a negative judgment, it's going to be a very negative spell. So we don't want that.
I love this so much. And the third step that I'd love to leave here as well to staying sane and making it rain is be flexible to change.
Yes.
I came to this beautiful interview with Peggy, and we made a plan, and we had the best intentions of like, this is what we're going to be doing. And just based on this conversation, I just realized that there's something else that I would like to show you, rather than what I thought would be the right thing.
Right.
And this is the thing. Even thank you, and I love your openness, Peggy. Right, I love this so much, actually.
Absolutely.
But Charles Darwin says, right, it's not the survival of the fittest, right? It's like, it's not the person that is the strongest, the fittest, the biggest baller out there who wins, but the one that is most adaptable to change. And because we get out of our mind and into our hearts instead, is when we actually allow ourselves to raise up the emotional frequency and scale. So I could probably talk an entire hour just on this topic alone, but I'm just going to shortcut something so that you watching this can actually take away a supercharging, powerful technique that I have invented, right? So I came up with a concept called the hypnodance method. And it consists of mentorship, because I invested over $1 million into mentorship, because they can take everything, all that is around me, but they cannot take what's inside of me.
Inside of you. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Right?
Same, absolutely. And I'm still doing the same. Yeah.
Always. And 2 days ago, I invested $14,000 to speak to one person for an hour, because I know the value in learning, because I know that this person has something that I get to learn. And why would I spend a decade trying to learn this if I can have it in 1 hour? Absolutely. It's like, you don't need to invest a lot of money to even get this, but I'm just saying there's so much power, no shame around it. It's not like, oh, you learned it once and that's it. It's like, no, we continuously learn. I'm learning so much. I learned from this interview from Peggy so much, like the gratitude to fulfillment, like even though I knew that, but the way you phrased it, Peggy, was so beautiful. And I'm going to definitely be remembering that, because it was really valuable for me. So thank you. So anyways, the hypnodance method, mentorship music, and movement. Why? This method is the reason my clients create multi-6, 7-figure, 8-figure corporations, companies, and are happier, sexier, more fulfilled, absolutely madly in love, attracting their soulmate, clients, and dream partners. Why? Because they get out of their mind into their hearts. They're opening up to the real art. They're connecting to their higher self version. So this work is very unique and might not be for everyone. But if you're like, okay, I have heard of Abraham Hicks before. Okay, I have heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza and the science behind it, scientifically proven, actually measuring, the brain-heart coherence with heart math as well to really prove the concept, especially on my TEDx talk. I can't wait to give the actual numbers and share how this method has helped me manifest my dream body. I just recently released 10 kilograms in 3 months. I also manifested, millions of dollars with it. My clients, not even just me, but my clients manifesting. I manifested my dream apartment in Dubai within weeks of wanting to manifest it. Why? Because I stopped trying to make it happen, plan for it logically, but I allowed myself to be open. I allowed myself to be guided, and I accessed a higher level of consciousness where I completely went out of my head, but into my heart. I opened up to way different opportunities. I chose to see things differently. If you read A Course in Miracles, it's all about seeing things differently, being open with it. And then in those soundtracks that I give you, it's basically my superpower, things that I learned in the last decade, and also from all the mentors that I learned and feature as well in my Wealth Being Members Club, actually having those in songs. So that within 12 minutes, instead of needing to listen for an hour-long webinar, seminar, and it's like, okay, we got it, I will bring you infused NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, actual coaching questions, mentorship questions that go straight into your subconscious mind, because we all know better questions, better answers.
For sure.
And connect to your heart instead of asking you here, problem-focused, judgmental mind. We ask here, consciousness, infinite intelligence. Imagine asking infinite intelligence where the next $1 million is going to manifest from, and what your next step is, and where's your next move.
Absolutely.
So I decided actually, instead of showing you the, let me just go ahead and make sure I'm sharing the right thing. Yes. I learned something brand new today as well. Instead of
very tech savvy, so that's you learned it quickly.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Apropos tech savvy, with my applications and the way I do business, I developed and created my own app, and I'm not the most tech savviest person. So this is also something, that is so beautiful when you feel like you know what you're doing and you trust yourself to figure things out. That is such a big added bonus. So we were originally going to play the emotion from pressure to peace activation for you. That's in the Wealth Being Members Club. And Peggy and I'll be sharing more about that as well in the masterclass.
Absolutely.
But actually, I wanted to give you something else. And what I would love to give you instead, because I really felt called to do this, is the Relaxed Rich in 14 Days activation. So this is a quick course that I put together. And in this course, I have added the Money-Fest Hypnodance activation. Now, I love your enthusiasm. You're amazing. I'm so excited.
This is good. This fits so perfectly. Interesting, right?
It really, really does. And the Relaxed Rich and manifestation and getting out of your head and making it rain instead of, not being sane. Instead, be sane and make it rain. So I was like, this is really good. Connection. It is a little bit on the longer side, so let's see how we feel about the actual timing of it. But we can give you a little bit of a trailer.
I would suggest a trailer in terms of the time. Also your timing in mind. That would be great, and I think it's good for people just start feeling into it.
I agree. So I think this would be the perfect starter for you to actually connect on this. So this is going to be an embodiment practice. So if you're watching this at home, if you're driving, please drive safe. Wherever you are, obviously stay safe. But the reason my work works is because we embody it. Because I don't just talk at you, we connect to your heart and soul. Now, maybe you watched the summit and you didn't expect this to happen, but I would love it if you actually joined us. So if you can, watch and get up on your feet and get it into your body, it will actually give you the results way more than just watching and listening. So if possible, Peggy, if you want to join us as well.
I'm standing anyway, so I'm working standing up. So you see, I'm standing. I don't work down. So I'm here standing.
I was not standing. Wow, that is so impressive. I love that. So then Jasmin Manke, please stand up. I have just gotten up as well, and I will be actually connecting with you because every day I hypno dance as well. So it's important that we feel it, because if we're only thinking it, it's not going to have the same effects. So it's all about actually feeling it, right? I love that you're standing. Like, how cool is that, Peggy?
I always do. So it's funny. We didn't speak about that. Go for it.
I can't wait.
I'm already excited.
I'm already excited. So this activation is here to support you to go from your head into your heart and to open up to more wealth and attract more abundance. So if you want to make more money, then join us. I'm going to hit play. Peggy, once I hit play, please just give me a quick thumbs up to confirm that the sound is okay once you can hear it, and then we'll get started. And remember, stop judging yourself and others and what you look like. This is not for performative reasons. This is for profit reasons instead. So I will hit play and then let's enjoy it. I'll just play a little bit and then I'll just wind down when it feels right. Is that okay? Perfect. Let's do this. Take your hand, make a fist if you can, and bring the energy into your hand. Call the energy and the powerful life force that is within you. Decide in this moment to embrace uncertainty. If nothing is certain, everything becomes possible. Stand tall if you can and claim the energy of abundance now. Bring your body into a solid space. Stand firm on the ground. Connect to your divine life force, the energy of Mother Nature, the universe, and call to you all the abundance and prosperity that you desire. Because you deserve it all. Say with me, it's time to claim my birthright. Abundance is my birthright. I am now choosing and willing to see things differently. Start moving your body. Move your body with a new rhythm right now. Move your body. Feel the frequency. Feel the energy of prosperity. Allow yourself to feel. Feel all that is coming up for you. Feel all that is coming up for you. Feel all that is coming up for you. It's time to start new. We are embracing a brand new journey. We are rewriting your abundance story. It's time to manifest. In Sanskrit, there is a mantra, and it goes Om Shrim Hrim Klim Shrim Klim Viteshvaraya Nama. The meaning of the mantra means to bow down, to be blessed with wealth, and destroy all the problems of your life. Do the best that you can when the mantra is arising to chant along. Of least resistance right now. Open up. Chant with me. Move your body. Get lost in music. Feel the frequency.
That was great. Amazing. You can hardly stop, right? It's awesome.
It was hard, right? To stop it.
Yes. It's very hard. Like this is boom, back in reality, right? But a different reality.
But you take some, exactly.
Right?
You take something with you. And I was like, people always ask me, how do you feel, Peggy, first of all?
Fantastic. I love to move my body. And I'm obviously, as you know, I've been mentored. I've been attending loads of Tony Robbins seminars. I'm very aware of my body. I very much know that, to really make things stick, you have to embody it, right?
100%.
Embody it. And it's not working through sitting and putting it in your head only. Exactly. So I love that. So fantastic. I'm so happy. I think our audience will profit so much from that.
Yes. And this is the thing. It's so different. It's so unique. And, I really wanted to bring this to you because for me, as busy entrepreneurs, all of us, at the beginning, I said, Peggy, please give me 5 minutes. I have this, I have that. I had my hairdresser come here, so I look presentable for the interview and all the beautiful things. Like, I wanted to make sure that everything is there, but we have to allow ourselves to give 15 minutes on a daily basis. And I made it so easy for you to work on your mindset, get mentorship, connect to your higher self, burn some calories, move your body, get out of your head, listen to binaural beats, listen to a Sanskrit mantra to connect to, to your body, to your soul, create, right? Also significance to make sure you feel important enough to actually allow yourself to dance and move, and also understand that, this is something that you always have available via an app. You can just really press play. It works better with headphones. And that is why Peggy and I have a very special surprise for you. I am so excited to announce this and give you something very, very special, which is access to my Wealth Being app. And I will be unlocking one free activation for you to try out with the headphones as well, so that you can allow yourself to experience the vibration. And even just this one activation, like doing it once. Actually, one of my clients, Alicia, she manifested over $9,500 after this activation.
Amazing.
And one client that she called in was a construction client for $4,500. And it was like out of the blue. It was like one of her highest paying clients yet. So it was completely unheard of. So you really do become a match to this. So this is our little present for you. Make sure you use it. It's not going to be like you have this link forever. It will expire, this link, because I want to make sure you move, you take action, you try it, use it today. Go to the link that we will be linking below. Grab yourself the app, download it, put your headphones on, continue what we started, and allow yourself to manifest, because we want to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and loved by yourself and others. If that's you, then do this, because that's what we're here for.
Thank you so much, Jasmin, for your time. Thank you so much for sharing, and we're very grateful that you're sharing that. And, you know, now there's one thing to do, which is taking decisive action, right? And I want to give that to our audience. So, you know, a decision is only as good as the first action step you take towards that new decision. So I think you gave us a fabulous tool, which I hope a lot of you are going to take on board. Yes. Jasmin, I am so grateful for you. You're a wonderful soul. And actually, you made my day. You made my day. So thank you so much. And we'll stay in touch. And for sure, enjoy the summit and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Peggy. Thank you for having me. It was an honor and a pleasure to connect with you. You're such a beautiful person. And I mean, it's so admirable of, you know, being really somebody of so much value and kind-hearted, because as we all know, Peggy's a very successful woman. She's been in the industry for over 30 years, you mentioned, right? Yeah. So it's like, it's really an honor and a pleasure to learn from you and to take your wisdom. But still, I don't even know. I don't really believe that it's 30 years. I'm not sure how you did that. It's like
I'm not
condensing time, you know?
Yeah, right.
But I really appreciate that, because your spirit and your willingness to serve and give is really beautiful. And the quality of speakers and people and things that you put together for the summit is very impressive. So thank you for having me. And I'm really excited to connect. And if I'm ever in Zurich, I can't wait to see you. And if you come to Dubai, I can't wait to meet you as well.
For sure. Sending you love, light, and ladybugs.
Oh, thank you so much. Love it. Have a beautiful day. God bless.